Hello everyone, welcome to my presentation. Today we're going to talk about English pronunciation in a global world again. And we're in the week 3. I used Feature Learn. And let's look at our MOOC presenters. Rija University Amsterdam and Laura Roop, Amanda White El Sharif, and Cecilia Montenegro Perez. Now let's look at consonants in place of articulation. Labial is while pronouncing these sounds, we're using both of our lips, and labiodental is we're only using our bottom lip and upper teeth. Dental is we're using our tongue and teeth. Alveolar is tongue and alveolar ridge. Postalveolar is just behind the alveolar ridge, and palatal is middle of the tongue and heart plate, and velar is back of our tongue and soft plate. Glottal is our vocal. Glottal is our vocal cords, and plosive is while pronouncing it, air is completely blocked, then released. Nasal air goes through the nose. Fricative air flows through a narrow space, creating friction. And approximant is tongue approaches another part but doesn't touch. Lateral approximant is air flows around sides of the tongue. That was placement. And now you see some voiceless consonants in English and voiced consonants in English. Voiceless consonants is they produced without vibration of the vocal cords, but voiced consonants are produced with vibration of the vocal cords. This is the difference. Now we're going to talk about intelligibility, readability, and identity. These are three important factors while talking, while speaking. Intelligibility is how we produce sounds of a language, actually. Clear pronunciation of all consonants and consonant clusters is essential. Features like aspiration, p, and voicing versus v matter for understanding. And many learners have difficulties with some consonant clusters like Spain. They're saying Spain because it looks like Espanol, in Spanish. And intelligibility is basically like if the way we speak is understandable, then it's good. It's intelligibility. But credibility is people judge us according to this factor, because a different pronunciation of R or L seems like as less reliable or intelligent. And identity is something comes from our culture and our background, actually. And some variations like rotate or replacing th with t or f don't affect understanding and can be kept as personal accent features. Other natural features from one's first language can remain part of identity. Identity is something special about us, and I think we don't need to change that. We don't need to change that, and we will never be able to change it completely. So we shouldn't be focused on identity too much. Instead, we should focus on intelligibility because that's the thing. That's how we understood by others. Now, I put lots of examples to my presentation because this is something about pronunciation, right? So here are some initial consonant clusters. I'm going to pronounce them. Leak, bleak, right, bright, row, drove, race, trace, lie, fly, right, fright, led, glad, room, groom, lean, clean, rush, crush, lace, place, reach, preach, Kate, skate, lip, slip, mug, smug, nail, snail, port, sport, tone, stone, well, dwell, Guatemala, queen, I guess. I can't read. Witch, switch, quit, squid, win, twin, rep, crap, scrap, lay, play, splay, ray, pray, spray, rain, train, strain, read, shred. Um, you can practice and you can rewatch and pronounce them, practice them with me. Now we're gonna look at these things. Okay, some non-native speakers find it unnatural to pronounce English consonants clusters like start, school, Spain. They often insert an extra vowel, such as I mentioned, saying Spain instead of Spain, similar to España in Spanish. To improve, learners can try lengthening in the first consonant, such as Spain. Also note that the ed ending in words like asked, I asked you, not I asked. Asked is so wrong. You shouldn't pronounce ed. It's like asked, asked. Some learners simplify clusters by deleting a consonant, such as west, west, dogs, dog. I see this in Asians, I guess, or adding a vowel after final consonants, such as dak, daka. Even though native speakers may reduce consonants in connected to speech, it's best for learners to pronounce all consonants clearly for intelligibility. What we said, intelligibility is the most important thing. Okay, now I want to mention aspiration. What is aspiration? Aspiration is basically like when you put your hand like that and when you pronounce the t and k, some kind of air flows and you can feel it in your palm. And this is aspiration basically. When you're pronouncing pin, pin, spin, top, stop, and some I put some examples such as pin. P is aspirated from the start, and P is not aspirated, but and no air burst when we say top. Top, no air burst, okay? And the T is aspirated when we say stop. And the T is not aspirated when we say cat. The key is aspirated when we say scat. You can feel it. And the key rule is p, t, and k are aspirated at the beginning of a word before a vowel. Pin, top, cat. They're not aspirated after S. Spin, stop, scat. And why it matters? In our language and in many other languages such as Turkish, Spanish, French, Japanese, aspiration doesn't exist, so bin and pin might sound almost the same in these languages. But in English, that little puff of air helps listeners recognize words correctly and improves intelligibility. Now, some examples. As I said, examples are so important in this presentation. Minimal pairs with and without aspiration. So when you say gold, no airflow, right? But when you say cold, you can feel that air. Bore, poor. Please stay with me. Do the same. You will understand it better. Bore, pour. Dime, time. Bill, pill. Down, town. Died, tide. Buy, pie. Ghost, coast. And now we're going to talk about dark and clear L. First of all, clear L. Clear L is something like when we're pronouncing L, it's coming from the front of our mouth, not the back of our mouth. Like light, late, full, bowl. It's the front of our mouth, but dark L is something like fool. Okay, bowl, hole, well, pool. It's something like coming from the back of our throat. This is what we said, clear and dark L. And now we're going to look at several reasons why some letters are silent in English. First of all, historical reasons. And second, many silent letters used to be pronounced in Old or Middle English, but pronunciation changed over time while spelling did not. Example, while saying though, we once had pronounced it like with G and H sound. Enough, that G and H later turned into F, enough, as you can see. And influence of other languages, some letters were added to make English look more like Latin or French, even though they were never pronounced. Example, debt. Debt originally came from debt without B, influenced by Latin debitum, and difficult sound combinations is another reason. Letters may be dropped in pronunciation when the sound cluster is hard to say. Example, yeah. And borrowed words, such as English has borrowed many words from the other languages that already had silent letters. Example, hour from French. Silent word is H, right? Hour. We're not saying power, right? And psychology, we have silent P. We're not saying psychology. We're saying psychology. In short, silent letters in English exist due to historical pronunciation change, influence from other languages, and difficult sound combinations and borrowed words. Now we have not pronounced letters, such as yod. Yes, they just come in. And Wednesday. When we say Wednesday, we're not pronouncing a Z. And yod, we're not pronouncing C, as you say. And we're saying bomb, not bomb. We're saying bomb, and we're not pronouncing B. And now we're gonna look at words with the letter ch. Okay. We can categorize them. First of all, first category, pronouncing like ch, like church, chocolate, beach, chalk, cheap. You can see the difference. And second one is like more like k, like orchestra, monarchy, chemistry, Christmas, chaos. And the other one pronounced like machine, like champagne, charade, Chicago, chauffeur, like more like sh sound. And also schedule in American and British, English and scholar. And we have not pronounced ch, yacht. We're not pronouncing sound here. And now we're going to look at word endings 1 to 4 final consonants. Let's look at with the one consonants. For example, sick. When we say sick, we're only like k sound, and neck only k sound, and grab only B sound, and laugh only F sound. But when we look at two final consonants, we're saying X, ask, like and k, ask, six, and s. And next, like you can hear it, next, and s. And three final consonants are like stamps, context, next, wrenched, risked, aspects. You can see it, you can hear it. And four final consonants, contexts, and glimpse, glimpsed, glimpsed, contexts. You can hear and you can see the consonants here. And sequences, neck, next, next. Just listen to me, practice it. Laugh, laughed. Context, contexts. And syllable final consonants are December, taxi, shoulder, breakfast, and husband. This is the end of this topic. Now we're going to look at words and phrases with th, and now we're going to look at the others. Okay, with sound. Okay, like thanks, thing, theater, thin, 13. We're pronouncing it like okay, but in this we're saying there, this, that, thus, these, those, there. And in here, we're saying Anthony, Saint, Thomas. And now we have examples, more examples. I put lots of examples here. Noun and verb versions are in here. When you're pronouncing nouns, it's like your throat does not vibrate. Okay, you can feel it. Just put one finger here and pronounce. Soothe, to soothe, like to soothe. You can feel it. Breath, to breath. Teeth, to teeth. Bath, to bath. Clothes, to clothes. Like you can feel here is vibrating while pronouncing the words. Now we're going to look at these sounds and examples. I'm going to pronounce them. You can practice. Guitar, giraffe, decision, pleasure, luggage, television, prestige, judge, dialogue, exam. And now we're going to look at some minimal pairs with S and Z. These two can be misinterpreted, like non-native speakers can pronounce them wrong, like sink, zinc, seal, zeal, sip, zip. And they were in the beginning of the word. Now we'll look at the medium of the word medial. Muscle, muzzle, to see, oozy, muzzle, muzzle. Now we're gonna look at the ending of the word, rice, rice, those, advice, advice. Now we're gonna look at similar sounds of L and R. Let's start. For example, lice, rice, let, red, light, right. You can see the difference. You can practice it with me. Extra information, leaf, feel, loaf, whole. And now I put some exercises. I'm going to read the sentence and you're going to tell me which one did I choose. Mind the glass. Mind the glass. Yes, it's glass. He's a good reader. He's a good reader. He's a good reader. Yes, it's reader. We prayed a lot. We prayed a lot. We prayed a lot. Yes, it's prayed. Did she collect you? Did she collect you? Did she collect you? Yes, it's collect. The squirrel had a large belly. The squirrel had a large belly. Belly. Yes, it's belly. Now, words which is like patience, machine, information, controversial, sugar, fish, conscience, substantial, issue, brochure, discussion. Now we're gonna look at words with change, righteous, nature, achieve, teach, kitchen, match. And now we're gonna compare them. Wash, watch, shop, chop, shoes, choose, sheep, cheap, cash, catch, cheese, cheese, mush, much, share, share, sheet, cheat, crush, crutch, wish, which. You can see the difference and you can re-listen, listen again, and practice it with me. Now we're gonna look at phrases with both. Fresh cherries, a rich politician, French champagne, a short adventure, delicious peaches, an English TV channel, a cheap vacation, a challenging profession, future generations. Thank you so much for listening to me. That was all. I couldn't add my comments because currently I'm in Bursa due to a special occasion. So I forgot my MOOC password, and I I realized it on the way to Bursa, and I got my friend's account. Thank you so much. I want to thank her from here, and I used her account to make this presentation. I worked from her account, and thank you so much for this. If you're watching me, and that's the reason why I couldn't comment, because when I commented, my friend's uh, name was going to be on the page. So that's the reason I couldn't add any comments. Thank you so much for your kind understanding, Professor, if you're watching this. Sorry, I hope I didn't disappoint you. Thank you so much for listening to me. I hope you enjoyed. See you in the next week.